funny thing you mentioned D&D there. There was a while back that, what was it? Wizards of the Coast had made a change to the player's handbook, which basically put into clarification that drow no longer actually have to be evil, so there's no inherently evil races in D&D. And people like to still talk about it. What I was really interested in mostly regarding this was a quote tweet. Well, the original tweet, see, this is why games like RuneQuest or Call of Cthulhu are better, because no alignment. Instead, just explain drow like to feed folks and to spiders, or Cthulhu cultists plan to wipe out humanity, and let players reach their own conclusions. I actually kind of like, I agree with this person, but I don't get why they're bringing up a 2-year-old article again in 2020, the year of our Lord. But that caused this person, Dolphin Man Johns, to quote tweet them with their own take. There are some fantasy races that are simply evil by design. Trying to change that is now impossible because this was established centuries ago. 40K understands this simple concept. Can you imagine a friendly Drukhari? As far as I've heard, I have heard of some. Or Tyrannid. That's a funny comparison because Tyrannids are morally neutral, in my opinion. And I will go into that in a little bit. I can barely imagine a half-decent orc. I would also consider orcs to be morally neutral. And here they have the comparison of Warcraft 1995, which was the release of the first Warcraft, which, if you know the lore, was the first war with the Horde and the Alliance. And if you actually know, the orcs in Warcraft lore are not an inherently evil race. They are an inherently barbaric, so to speak. Well, still, it was the same war. Both wars were orchestrated by the same person. So my point still stands. Gul'dan was under the effects of Kill Jaden to infect or mind control some shit, I can't remember. But basically Gul'dan tricked a shit ton of orcs on Draenor into drinking the Kool-Aid, and that Kool-Aid turned them green and then made them bloodthirsty killing machines. So in Warcraft they were never really inherently evil. And then in Warhammer 40K, it's Ultramarines kicking ass in 1987, Ultramarines kicking ass in the year of our Lord 2023. It hasn't really changed much. But that's the thing. It wasn't aiming. Warhammer isn't appealing or attempting to appeal to the same audiences that Warcraft does. Like, Warcraft is attempting to appeal to the most recent or a lot broader of people. And I'm sorry, if you don't think this orc seems fun to hang out with, you don't know what fun is. This guy just looks, he wants to have a good time. That guy's good time is murdering people. Not the greatest. But getting back to my point with the Warhammer universe, the Tyranids themselves, I would not consider evil. Sure, they are a interesting race. They will consume the biomatter of anything, pretty much, and then use that to strengthen themselves, strengthen their DNA kind of thing. And I believe also take the memories of the people they eat. So they go into like a giant kind of hive mind, which is a society, or not a society, it's like it's a being that is a higher mind than our own, and thus they're only consuming. Is that inherently evil? From our perspective, sure. From their perspective, no. What is chaos to the fly is natural for the spider. The spiders need to eat the flies to live, but the flies get eaten alive. So can you see where I'm coming from? And orcs are a similar kind of line. They're like a fungus that just instinctively fights. That's really it. It's not a choice for those orcs, really. To my knowledge, I am going off of recollections right here. But broadly, the orcs in 40k just live to fight. They want their wah. Though I would have to do some digging to find the a friendly Drukhari, but on the other hand, I'm feeling very lazy. So, in I guess good faith, you get that one. Orcs mainly are brutes, but orcs can over time gain knowledge and actually grow in a sense. Are you talking 40k or Warcraft? Because like both actually. Yeah, I'm like thinking about it, and yeah. In Warcraft, they clearly grow and develop throughout the course of the stories of Warcraft. And then in Warhammer, I guess the longer they live, the more experiences they get and the more they develop. Because, like, to my knowledge, there is no real childhood for the orcs. They just kind of are a fungus that grows rapidly into another orc. So you can't just cut off the head of an orc in 40k. You kind of got to go scorched earth, or the problem will start all over again in like a couple weeks. Warcraft as well as 40k both have orcs that have basically, or been basically evolving over time, even though 40k they kept getting demolished. Yeah, like yeah. I don't know. That's kind of all my thoughts on like inherently evil races. At least right now. I'm more than likely going to think of other stuff that's like later on down the like a week later or a few days later, whatever. I'll be like, oh yeah, I should have included that. Oh yeah, like this. Dolphin Man Johns continues. This is why good vampires are borderline impossible unless you take away what they're known for. No matter if a vampire tries to help people or isn't sadistic, at the end of the day, they need human blood merely to live. How can humans be at peace with a race that drink human blood? How can flies be at peace with the race that consumes their biomatter? How can flies be at peace with spiders? I'm willing to bet, since we actually have communication between each other, it's possible that we could talk, because sentient races. And I mean, you're showing two examples. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about Dracula from Castlevania. I know more about Alucard. And Alucard worked with humans. Alucard liked humans. And he still drank blood. Why would you use Alucard here? Does that... It doesn't really reinforce his point, in my opinion. In Hellsing, I think Alucard was Vlad the Impaler. Or whatever. I can't remember. It's been forever since I watched that series. Dracula either kills people and gets their blood, or he transforms them and still gains blood. Well, I mean, you could have symbiotic relationship, so to speak. You got the vampires taking care of the place, and, well, if they can willingly, or if humans can willingly give blood, that's fine. It's called consent. You get that by talking to people. That's apparently a hard concept for a lot of people in the, ironically, Warcraft and Warhammer fandoms to learn. Good but different. Okay, fair enough. I don't really know too much about vampires. And I am just an idiot commentator, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe for more content, and if you want to join the community, feel free to check out the Discord. I love to voice chat in there, so if you want to ever talk, I'm usually available. Well, in the afternoons.